Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Night, the Crypto Investor channel. I'm Boris, so let's dive in. Today, I'm with Colton. Hello, Colton.
Hey, Boris. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the Crypto Night channel, everyone.
Welcome back, everyone. And today, we're going to do the part two of how to make some money in the bear market. So today, we're going to be looking a little bit more in depth at Bitsgap and what you can do with it. A great tool, very user-friendly. So let me share my screen. So as you can see here, we are in Bitsgap, fairly user-friendly interface. I'm in demo mode, so that means that everything that I've been putting here, if I create a bot, it would only be trading for fake. It won't be real. It won't play with real money, but it'll let us see, and we can let those bots actually work and see if they make any money over a period of a day, 3 days, a week, a month, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's great to practice and make sure that you don't mess up things when you are first starting with this.
Sure.
So you have some questions, Colton.
Yeah. My first question is kind of a two-parter. So what would you say is the best cost? Like what are we supposed to put $5, $10, $15, $20? And can we trade any coins, or is it just limited to Binance and in certain coins, Boris?
First of all, on the size of the bots, usually the best is to have at least a few $100s.
Few hundred? Okay.
Yeah. Ideally, you want to go up to maybe $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 if you can do it.
Okay.
But if you make a bot for $50, even if that bot does really well, does 10% a month, I mean, it's going to make you $5. That won't even cover, that bot won't even cover your cost of Bitsgap. So there's really no point into this.
I see. Okay.
So realistically, if you have $1,000 and you're making 10% a month, which is already pretty nice, that's $100. So you don't want to be making your bots too small. Now you have to remember, whenever you're making a bot, depending on how you set it up and everything, it's going to use some of the coins you already have.
Yeah.
For instance, if you have, let's say, 10,000 XRP and let's say $5,000 in stable coin. When I say you need to make $1,000 bot, you're going to take some of your XRP, let's say $2,500 worth of XRP, and then roughly take also $2,500 of BUSD. That would make a $5,000 bot, for instance, in that example. But it's going to be using, so if you want to make $1,000 XRP bot, you'll get $500 worth of XRP.
Yeah.
And $500 worth of BUSD. So it's not like you're starting with $1,000 of cash. You're using some of your coins, about half of them of the value of the bot, and the other half, you need some stable coin because first of all, when we set up the bot, we don't know within the next day if it's going to go up, down, up, down. I mean, the bot needs to have some XRP already, if it is XRP you're using to trade, and some cash, which is stable coin, to either, as soon as you set up the bot, if it needs to sell because the price shortly after you set up your bot starts rising, is going to start selling XRP. Let's say the next day XRP price falls, is going to start buying XRP.
I see.
Using, of course, some of the money. And at the end, you can really set up those bots to do a lot of different things. The profit will be set aside, meaning that it's not going to use to trade. So if you have set up $500 of XRP, $500 of BUSD, and after a month you've made $100 of profit, that $100 is going to be in stablecoin, and it will be on your wallet. But it's not going to grow the bot. It's not going to have more money to keep on trading. It's just setting the money to the side, money that you can start using to buy other things, by the way. You can, since it's sitting on Binance, you can start using some of that money to buy other things.
Awesome. Now, my next question for you, Boris, is, with regular investing, you got different ways to do research and see how to invest. and you can copy some people's strategy. Is this the same here with like trading, or do you just do this on your own research, or are you copying someone at the end of the day?
So you have many choices. First of all, it shows you, lately some of the coins and some of their top returns. This is a month backhand, and you can say, show me a week, and you can see over the past week, so you may recognize some of those coins, in your protocol. Their name is escaping me. XTZ, Ape, Waves. Synthetics, so on and so forth, So you see coins that you might be familiar with already, that you might have. And then, you also have the other strategies, and you can search, specific strategies. So you can say like, hey, I want to do some polka dot. Well, it shows you, polka dot, with, let's say, USDT, and boom, it's going to already set up a bot, with some strategy that have been implemented, and you can copy those strategies.
Okay.
So it's really really cool that way.
Okay, that definitely helps someone out who doesn't, like me, who doesn't know what they're doing. So that's pretty cool. Now, my next question is you talk about exchanges. Is this compatible with all exchanges, or do you have to use just Binance?
No, it's compatible with pretty much all exchanges. Now, here in the demo mode, they only use a few of them. Binance, Bitfinex, Bittrex, Coinbase Pro, Kraken, UOB, XQcoin, FTX, some of the big ones. But when you are not in the demo mode, the list is very exhaustive. So you'll see everybody from eToro to Gate.io to, basically everybody that has an API, they pretty much have an API key, and they're compatible with those exchanges. So pretty much, I don't think, unless it's some really obscure exchange, that there's an exchange you're not going to find. Now, Binance is my favorite by far for many reasons. One of the main reasons is it's really big. So the advantage is it's always running. They are probably they're the biggest ones, so they have the least chance of going out of business, even though that's never a guarantee. It can always happen. But compared to some of the other exchanges that might be in trouble right now, Binance, most likely is going to survive because they have such a gigantic cash reserve.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're compatible with pretty much all exchanges. Now, of course, they can only exchange whatever is available on that exchange. If you are wanting to trade a coin that you have on Gate.io and it's not available on Binance, you're not going to be able to trade that coin on Binance. You'll have to trade it on Gate.io. But you can set up as many connections as you want. And so I've had several bots running from, different platforms. Works perfectly. No problem, all at the same time.
Yep. And my last question for today, Boris, is I wanted to ask you about the DCA bot. I know we're talking about trading, but that seems like a pretty cool option as well. I know it's in beta, but can you explain that a little bit more?
So we have the DCA bot, NDS bot. Classic one, I don't really use it because it's more for moderate risk and reward profile. I think this one is great for DS bot in most market conditions, especially sideways, but it works also when the market is dropping and all that kind of stuff. DCA, that's really whenever you want to set up a bot to start buying in DCA mode. So if you want to automate DCA, that's really, really cool. So the way it works is very easy. You set up, which exchange you want. And then let's say you say, I want to buy some DOT. So you say continue. You're going to say how much you're going to invest, into this. So here are just an example. So $20. And you're going to say like, okay, I want to do 5 orders. Oh, I don't have enough funds. So maybe I need to up this a little bit. Maybe I'll do two orders or more, and you can set up as many orders as you want. And then you can say different steps. So if you say every time it drops by X%, so let's say every time it drops by minus 3%, you're going to set up a new step. Let me go back and see if I can, maybe I'm going to use a different one that's maybe cheaper than BOT, because I have very low balance on available right now. Let's see an XRP, for instance, which is a lot cheaper.
Quick question, Boris. What if you didn't want to trade? Like, what if you wanted to trade Polkadot for Ethereum? You don't want to, get it back in a stable coin. Is that a possibility?
Yes, you can actually do. You can actually do that. Depending if the pair is available, you could trade BUD with Polkadot against Ethereum, for instance. Okay. You don't have to do necessarily. So if you have two coins, which is the other great thing, and the pair is available on the exchange, you have those two coins on the same exchange.
Yep.
You can actually trade each other. So you're not adding more money. Yeah. But you are actually making them trade. And the idea is to find one that fluctuates but kind of stays around the same, because at some point it's going to sell Polkadot, and then it's going to buy Ethereum, and then it's going to sell Ethereum, buy Polkadot. And at the end, your whole numbers is going to grow. So the cool thing is you'll have more Polkadots and you'll have more Ethereum, as long as there's kind of a balance in the price.
I see. Okay,
so here we are. I set up one, where I put 5 orders, and I'm going to spread it a little bit more. I'm going to say 5%, so a little bit more obvious. So basically, if I zoom on this a little bit more, we see that the price of XRP is around 31.6 cents, basically 32 cents. I'm putting a minus 5% step, and I'm putting 5 steps. So it's going to buy at 30 cents, it's going to buy at like 28 cents, it's going to buy at 26 cents, it's going to buy at 25, and it's going to buy at 23. So automatically I've already put, and of course I can say, I can be more aggressive. I can say minus 10%. I think the lowest buy price would be 15 cents. And I can say confirm. So now it's spread even more. You see all the way down to about 15 cents, which is the last buy it's going to make. So it's going to divide the money, like I put $34, and it's going to divide that, it's going to make 5 buys of $34, which basically the total value, I'm going to buy $244 of DCAing automatically, because that's the other thing. We're all busy, we don't have time, and staying in front of a computer and catching whenever there are big drops that sometimes only last for half a day or a day, whatever, you're like, oh my God, I missed it. If I known that it was going below 20 cents and now it's back at 25 cents, I would have bought some more XRP, for instance. Yeah. And it's true for pretty much any coins. And the thing is, it's making it easy for you to set it up in advance, and whether you are working or sleeping, it doesn't matter. The bot is going to buy those automatically. You've already set up everything, and you can choose the amount of money that it's going to buy every single time, and the number of orders, because you can also say, no, I only want 4 orders, confirm. And you see now I only have 4 green lines. These are the different things it's going to buy. Or maybe I can spread a little further apart. I can say every time it loses 20%, or actually 15 is the max. Every time it does 15%, because, that means the last buy would be around 12 cents. So it automates your DCA process. So that's bot number 1. Yeah. That's the first bot. Any questions about this bot? Any other questions about this bot?
No, sir.
Let's look at the second bot. So second bot is the S bot right here. So we can say, hey, I'm going to set up a second bot, and this time I'll take another coin, for instance. So let's say we're going to do Ethereum. And of course, Ethereum is traded against a lot of other coins. So I can either trade against another coin, or I can say, that I want to trade maybe against a stable coin, whichever you prefer.
What do you think the best way is, Boris? Trade against a stablecoin or?
Well, it depends. I mean, here we're going to do USDT, but the cool thing about trading against a stable coin allows you to do the following. If you trade against a stable coin, you will put aside the profits. It will set aside the profits. I'll keep on trading the Ethereum and USDT, but the profit will be set aside in your wallet. So it is available, in your wallet, because the thing is, whenever you reserve those Ethereum and USDT to trade, and you go back to Binance, and let's say you had 5 Ethereum you're trading with, those 5 Ethereum are not available anymore for withdrawal or moving them anywhere else.
I see.
So you'll have to cancel your bot if you want them to be available again, and I'll cancel the orders.
Yeah.
So trading against a USDT is great if you want to set aside make some money, and then later on you're going to use that money that's going to create new money for you to buy more coins of something else, or buying maybe more Ethereum, or buying, you didn't have any money right now and you're like, hey, I want to buy some Polkadot, for instance. Now I have some cash to buy some Polkadot. So that's a great thing whenever you're trading Ethereum versus USDT. Now, if you were to trade Ethereum versus, let's say, Bitcoin, that's another possibility. Now, you need to have some Ethereum and you need to have some Bitcoin. And if you do this, and you see here it's telling me like, oh yeah, $18,000. Maybe I don't want to do a bot this big, I make a bot like, $10,000. Or I'm sorry, $2,000. And it's going to use basically, almost 1 Ethereum and then 0.04, almost 0.5 BTC. The cool thing is I can do a back test, and already right off the bat is going to make 3%. It's going to make 3% of either some Ethereum or some BTC. Now, how do you improve those numbers? Well, first of all, you can make things a little bit bigger so that, because we see that over time, Ethereum has been falling against BTC, and it might fall some more, it might not. So it's really what you think. So you do a bigger stuff, and now we're at 385, you see? And you can backtest. Now, the other thing is the number of lines on the grid that you want to play with. So we're making 385%. And if you make it more grids, more lines, 50, what's going to happen is you're going to see it's going to drop some. It's going to trade more, but it's going to drop some. Now, if you make it lower, if you say 10, which is the minimum, boom, we're at 433%.
Oh, wow.
So it makes a difference, the number of lines on how often it trades. So you can play with. Usually what I recommend is the percentage grid is, I say, around 1% is always a good number. And it adjusts the numbers of grid automatically according to this. And you can do a back test. It's going to be around 4%, slightly above 4%. But if you make the grids too far apart, it would need too many moves, violent moves up and down to trade and to make you any money. So you need to find the right balance between, what you think the percentage each step should be. So usually 1% is pretty good. If you made it 0.5, we drop some, but there are more chances that this will make you money, Now, of course, once again, we don't want to go too crazy and say like, oh yeah, make it like the maximum, like 180 lines or 180 lines, for instance. In this case, not even possible. But let's say 100 lines, and it's trading every time it does 0.15% variation. But if you do a back test, you see now we're down to 227. Now, the more lines you have on the grid, the more chances trades are going to happen. But because you're taking very, very small profit every time, of course it's going to make less return. So like I said, usually try to be around like 0.9 or 1%, you know, because if you do this, boom, 4.11%, that's a good return on this. So that's number one. Number two, very important, the high and the low price. Where do you think things are going to be? Now, I'm going to go back to an example that's a little bit easier to understand. We're going to take Ethereum because most people understand the price of Ethereum. So against USDT, Ethereum's been around, let's say $1,200. So lately, you know, so, and it's dropped, you know, to about 9. So I'm going to zoom on this. And basically you see this grid, it would have missed some of this, you know, trading. But basically we're making it low price 984, high price 1220.
Okay. So
we do a back test. 10% is what we could expect, you know, as a return. Now I'm adjusting my grid, 0.3%, that's too low. I'm going to make it 0.9. Okay, let's back test again. Oh, now we're almost at 13.5, almost getting closer to 14% return. Much better. Okay, so we might set it around 0.9. That's pretty good. But what about the price? You know, let's imagine that I think that, you know what, chances of the market is going most likely down. I'm going to lower this a little bit to 1187. And I believe that maybe Ethereum is going to go all the way down to about $760. And you may change that. You may say, you know what, no, I think it's going to go even down to $650. So here's my grid now. I am preparing the bot for some drops.
Okay.
Now, if I back test this, of course, I'm down to 5% with what happened in the past 30 days. But since I might be expecting the market going down, at least my bot will still operate if it drops, let's say, to 900 and then to 800 and then to 700. It will keep operating. If I set the bot this way, at $951, that's it. The bot has no money left. It has bought everything it could. If there is a rebound, it'll start selling again. So you'll free up some USDT. But if it keeps on falling, you're going to miss, you know, it's going to stop trading. Now, let's say that in the future, you know, a few weeks, few months, you know, you're underneath, and then one day it comes back up, it's going to start trading again. So that's the advantage of the bot. And you can leave it running all the time. You don't ever have to really change anything. Now, I would suggest that once in a while, you know, let's say we hit market bottom at 650. Me, I'm going to close all my bots probably because I'm like, you know, and maybe we might be trading sideways for a short while. So maybe I'll leave them for a little bit. But the one thing we don't want to do is leave them on for too long, because if the market recovers and start going back up, you don't want to be the bot selling, and then, you know, you're out of all your coins. So that's the one thing you got to watch out a little bit. But so you can backtest fairly easily your theories, you know, but sometimes things might change as well. So I'm like preparing, you know, for a drop. So this is how I'm going to set up the bot. I'm going to set up 9% grid. Now, the take profit, that's only available, of course, in what I was saying with in the previous video, only available with the big edition, you know, the Pro edition. And you can say, yeah, if there is 10% profit, take the profit, and then I'll close the bot. It'll stop trading.
Yes, sir.
And I'll close the bot completely. You can put a stop loss. So you can put a stop loss where it would sell everything. Personally, I don't really use that. But if you want to put a stop loss, that's also another great thing. And then you can be trailing up and have pump protection. So trailing up is if you want to go, if you think the price eventually will recover. Let's say that this bot, let's say we're more in a sideways market, and at some point we might see the price going back up. It will be trailing up, which means that it will follow automatically the price, and it would move the grid as things progress. So it's great if the market starts rising a little bit, it will rise with it. And then the pump protection, which is something fairly new that they introduced, it's to basically prevent the bot from buying, if suddenly there is a big pump, and that pump is very short-lived, and then it dumps again. So it does the pump protection to avoid if the move to the upside is too violent, like within an hour, price went up 30%. The bot won't follow that because it's like most likely it's just a pump and that's gonna go that's gonna fall back down and it's trying to trick me. So they have a pump protection, which is also nice. And then whenever you look at the graphics, there are lots of different functions of you being able to draw, but the main thing is looking at different months, so you can say, show me 3 months, and you can compress those lines to see more what's going on in a 3 months time frame. You can say 1 day, you can say show me 7 days, so it will show you everything more in details, and you can stretch or compress the time, and the same on the price. You can compress the price or expand the price so if you want to see more details. So very easy tools to use. And once all this stuff is set up, very easily you click start. It resumes everything for you. It's like, this is what you're going to do. And then you can say confirm. And now it's going to say, I need to do some balance conversion. Maybe you don't have enough ETH, or you need to sell. So it's going to sell some USDT, etc., etc. And then it's going to confirm, and now you have a new bot that's going to go right here. Boom, I have my bot. It has started. Okay. Now, I am in demo mode, so this is not a real bot. It is not doing anything. But as you see, already you see some changes. 0.1%. Now, the cool thing is you can click here and you can see like, okay, this is what you have in initial funds. This is the total balance, of ETH. This is the total balance of USDT, the total value of your bot at initiation whenever you first initialize the bot. And then what's your current fund? So here it's lost 0.09%. I mean, obviously you cannot judge a bot on just a 30-second performance. But you see, and you have the total P&L. It shows you, so far you're losing 74 cents. And then, etc. You have this stuff. I'm going to show you a real bot real quick so that you have a slightly better idea of what it could look like with actual real money. All right, so this is a real bot that I have on Binance, and I started the bot. I had bought IMX. I had some IMX I wanted to trade, and I put some BUSD. Now, why do I use BUSD? On Binance, that's a great trick. BUSD, whenever you are actually trading BUSD, there is no fee. So if you look lower, and those are real numbers, you see the profits, but you see the fees, all the fees, 0.000. I'm trading for free. I'm not even paying 1 cent to Binance because I'm using BUSD. So I would recommend, especially if you use Binance, to only trade with BUSD versus trading with, let's say, USDT or USDC, which you're going to have a 0.1% fee every time you trade. Yeah. So here, that's a very neat trick that I learned, that now I'm pretty much only trading, using BUSD. Yeah. But the cool thing is, you see, I had 3,300 IMX and 11,640 BUSD. Today, I have 4246. So I went up almost 1,000 IMX, and my BUSD balance has also gone up by, $1,500. So the total value, so my total P&L, I've made $2,000 on this bot, and this bot started at $14,900, and now it's valued at $16,079 in a down market, mind you. This trading time, 1 month, 1 day. I've had this bot run for about a month. So that's the cool thing, about trading And you see also on a daily basis, every day, boom, it's making $100, 97, 104, 85, 89, la, 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 la. Some days, yeah, I only made $24, but then suddenly it's rising, 130, $167 on June 30th. So this is the cool thing, is it's making money on its own, and so far the current fund and the bot profit, almost 15% for the bot for a month and 1 day. And the current fund, it's made overall almost 14%. So I have more IMX than I used to have in a down market. And I have more BUSD than I had. Now I'm going to show you the graphic of this.
Quick question, Boris. When would you pull the plug on that bot? Like, are you going to let that run for a couple months, or you're going to pull it, here in the next month or so?
Well, as you can see, I have made this range really big for IMX, So the cool thing is, as you see, it's been trading, boom, selling, buying, selling, buying and selling, and then it dropped. But I made the number pretty low. I'm like, let's go all the way down to 47 cents. And really at the lowest I got, it was 64 cents. But I'm ready for the bear market. So I'm like, let me put, a good number. Now it's back at 94, 95. And you see all those selling points. I mean, it's been buying and selling and buying and selling like crazy.
Yeah.
So that's the cool thing about this. So when I set up the bot, I made sure that it was going to have a good range, to avoid, and you see all those buys and sells. So every time my profit might be only $6, every time I sell, it sells about $2,000 worth, and it's making $6. But the trick is that the bot can do something that no one else can do. It has done 725 trades in the past month and 1 day. I don't have that kind of time. I mean, I'm sure no one does have time to sit down in front of a computer and make, 725, 725 trades.
Yeah.
So that's the cool thing about those bots. They do something that no one else can do. And it shows you the value in USD if you want to see the value in IMX. So it's showing me that I'm up 17%. And if I do it in BUSD, I'm up, roughly the same number than USD since they're pegged to the dollar. So it shows you in the different money, so if you're trading, let's say, ETH and BTC, it'll show you the value in USD, show you value in ETH, and it'll show you the value in BTC. So really cool stuff to make some money and to also create some money. Let's say I hear this a lot, people saying like, hey, I don't have any more cash. I'd love to trade, but I have no cash left. All right, well, this is a way to create more cash, because you can use existing coins you have, make them trade with one another and enjoy the ups and downs, because that's when there is volatility that you make money in trading. If there is no volatility, if everything is super flat, if the Bitcoin doesn't move an inch from $20,000, no one in trading can make any money. It's by Bitcoin going up to 21, then crashing down to 17, back at 20, back down to 19, back up to 21. That's how you make money, because there is volatility.
It's a great way to make passive income, for sure.
Yeah, it'll make you some passive income. So it's really, really great, great thing, to use. And like I said, it's very user friendly. So I would definitely give it a try. You can have a 7-day trial that they offer. I believe they still offer it. We also have a link below in the description where you can there we go, where you can sign up. But you see, they have a 7-day free trial, and if you use the link down below, they're also going to offer you the 7-day trial, so you can use it for 7 days for free. See if you like it, and see if it'll do what what you think it'll do. And I like this, no credit card required. I hate those try plans where they try to get you to enter a credit card and then automatically charge you. They won't. What will happen is, actually you can do some real trading as well. I mean, you can do, I would recommend more the demo mode, but you could also do real trading with it for 7 days and it'll cost you nothing. But after 7 days, your bot will stop working because, or you need to enter a credit card at that time. If you want to keep on doing it.
Yes, sir.
So that's pretty much it for this presentation.
Thank you, Boris. I appreciate it.
I hope, I hope it helps, to start making some money in this bear market. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Colton. We'll look forward to see you on the next video of Kryptonite. I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And if you like the video at the end, click on the thumbs up.